in military life kasi, the difficult part is actually not physical, not mental. It's just willpower. It's not about how strong you are. It's not about how smart you are. Siguro in the beginning. So, doon lang nagmamatter yung lakas and yung talino mo. So, just stop the exam. Galingan mo sa physical fitness test, ganon. And then you're likely to get in. But surviving is another story. It's just willpower. Diba we were in Muay Thai. I played volleyball. I was an athlete ever since I was in grade school. But that kind of prepared me just up to a certain point. But the difficulty or yung hirap sa PMA is just pushing you to your limits.
You choose hard, everything else after gets easier. Kasi parang if you choose the easier life, then parang hihirap yung buhay mo after. Right. Welcome to the Homegrown Podcast, where we shine a spotlight on inspiring stories from respected professionals, creators, and community leaders. The show dives into real talks on career, growth, relationships, and the hustle of building something meaningful. Whether you're chasing your passion or navigating your path, the Homegrown Podcast is here to motivate, represent, and remind you greatness can start right at home. So today's guest is someone whose story is built on discipline, leadership, sacrifice, and service to the nation. From his early years as a student athlete, to studying life sciences, to eventually choosing a path far different from what many young people would dare pursue. He entered one of the toughest institutions in the country, the Philippine Military Academy. A member of PMA Class of 2021, he graduated among the Academy's top cadets, served as Brigade Commander, and carried with him not only the pressure of excellence, but also the legacy of his late father, a respected Lieutenant General of the Philippine Air Force. His journey through the academy became both a personal mission and a tribute to the man who inspired him to serve. Today, beyond the uniform, he continues to inspire thousands of young Filipinos through the Young Filipino Patriot, a platform dedicated to leadership, patriotism, nation building, and developing the next generation of Filipino leaders. From life before the academy, the realities of PMA training, the lessons learned through sports and competition, leadership under pressure, and what it truly means to dedicate your life to something greater than yourself. Let's dive into the story behind the man, the officer, and the patriot. Please welcome to the Homegrown Podcast, First Lieutenant John Hernan Perez. Thank you. Let's go.
Thank you, Kuya Miko, for that very, very generous introduction. And I'm so happy to be here. Thank you so much for inviting me here.
Yeah, you really deserve the introduction sa sobrang dami mong ginawa. Yeah, so far, how's life being a cadet being a Philippine Military Academy graduate?
So far, right now, I'm in the Philippine Air Force. I am a first lieutenant. So just for clarification, second na yun in rank. So after I graduated from PMA, I was a second lieutenant. Then I'm now promoted to a first lieutenant.
Oh, congrats.
Thank
Bilis,
you. And I am currently an instructor pilot of the Philippine Air Force Flying School.
Wow. So that's based in
Lipa, in Fernando Air Base.
So you've been an officer for like 4 years now?
Yeah. Well, if we count my years in the PMA and the military service, I'm now 9 years in the military service. But 5 years in the Air Force.
So how is it so far?
So far, it's good. It's less rigid and less regimented than being a cadet in the PMA. But it's just like regular work. But in the military. Although in the Air Force, kasi as my specialization is as a pilot, it's like we're mixing being a pilot and office work. Mm-hmm. So yun lang yung something different about being an Air Force pilot.
So how is a day in the life of like an Air Force pilot to everyone who's interested sa buhay, di ba? Parang ang cool kasi pakinggan, I'm an Air Force pilot, di ba? Parang,
yeah. Well, my story right now is for an instructor pilot. So there are different kinds of Air Force pilots across the Air Force.
Yeah.
So akin naman, my story is being an instructor pilot. So basically, we teach students, yung mga bagong mga Air Force officers who want to be a pilot, dumadaan sila lahat sa amin. So basically, my day starts at around 4 a.m. Yeah, I wake up at 4. Yeah, because sometimes we have flights that start at 5 a.m. So I have to wake up at 4. My house is near the base lang naman. So I travel there around 15 minutes. Then I have a pre-flight briefing with my student. And then after that, we go to the aircraft and then we start to fly. So our flights usually last around 1 hour 30. And usually for instructor pilots like me, especially the younger ones, we fly around 3 to 4 times a day. So
And that's how long per flight?
that's 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours. So that's a total of around 6 hours a day.
Nakakapagod din yun, no?
Yeah, nakakapagod
If you think
din.
about it. Yeah.
And in my particular aircraft, it's the SF-260 Marchetti. We do aerobatics. So, alam niyo yung mga nag-air show sa kung saan-saan.
Yeah.
Yung mga umiikot.
Kaya yun.
Ganun yung aircraft namin. So, it's kind of tiring talaga.
Yeah.
But it's not gonna be forever naman na ganun. Maybe 3 years, 4 years, I can move on with my career. And then, after that, in between, I have my office work. So, syempre, we're not only pilots, we're also officers of the Air Force. We have to do our routine office works, paperworks. Sometimes we have to talk to, syempre, our people, ganyan, manage them. And after that, my day ends around 5 to 6 p.m. I go home. Sometimes, inuwi ko yung trabaho. My girlfriend knows that sometimes our dates are coffee dates na nagtatrabaho kami
Ganun
parehas.
din pala kayo.
Yeah, ganun na ganun. But I'm blessed because my work allows me to go home every day.
When you say home, you're out of the base.
Yeah, out of the base. So, that's where I'm, masasabi kong blessed ako. And that's the nuance with being an instructor pilot of the Air Force.
Yeah, because I think a lot of people think now when may na-destino ka in a place, di ba? Parang you have to stay inside the base. So, yung lifestyle mo revolves around the base for like a certain period of time, no?
Yeah.
Yung mga ganun kasi yata, I think na officers na napapadala across the Philippines, no?
So, kumbaga, we have the Army, Navy, Air Force. We all have different roles. So, even within the Air Force, iba-iba rin yung roles namin. Iba-iba rin yung parang life.
Yeah.
So, we have mga helicopter pilots who are deployed to Mindanao, Visayas, or Luzon. So, yun yung, I think that's the common perception on military people.
Yeah. Ang funny, no? Kasi ganun din. Almost the same yung like, yung day natin. My day also starts at around 4 or 5. Like, medyo regimented yung day namin. Like, we prepare ng 6 a.m. for surgeries on a Monday.
Yes.
Tapos surgery kami the whole day. We do around 10 surgeries and then
Grabe, no?
we stop around 7. Parang ganun din. Like,
Yeah.
may paperworks din kami sa hospital. A lot of paperworks in the hospital. And yeah. So, very interesting na same pala tayo ng buhay na.
And I'm sure you
on a
also
daily
have
basis.
those outside the duty times. Meron kayo, you have to go there kasi may mga emergencies,
Yeah,
di ba?
yeah. We get called a lot of times.
Yeah.
Like, mamaya baka may tumawag sa ER. Joke lang. So anyways, before we delve into your like career as a officer, can we first like go through your childhood? Like,
Okay.
were you always expected to become a military person, or like, did you push through it?
Yeah,
Talaga?
considering na, yun nga, you mentioned that my father is also in the military. By the way, he already passed away noong 2020. But yun nga, yun yung common perspective for mga anak ng military is yung strict, ganon. Although I'm not going to tell you na walang ganon or because they really are. Kasi I have some classmates who are like that. And mas sinasabi nga nila na Saturdays nila may inspection sila sa cabinet nila tsaka sa beds nila. Imagine, di ba, mga bata, mga 10 years old, magla-line up sila para i-check yung uniform sila, yung mga damit nila kung maayos, and dapat align yung mga sapatos. But for me, it wasn't like that. My dad was different from that. More of actually very relaxed yung childhood ko. I would say medyo silver spoon, born with a silver spoon and privileged talaga yung childhood ko.
Saan ka ba lumaki?
I grew up in Las Piñas and Alabang.
So
yeah, and I took my elementary and high school in Southville International School. So medyo yun nga, privileged and medyo paano ba natin we term it as sheltered.
yeah.
'Di ba? So medyo sheltered growing up.
Yeah.
So it was it's sheltered childhood, masasabi ko.
It's interesting because how were you able to adapt dun sa buhay na? Siguro mamaya natin kasi ang sarap-sarap ng life mo outside of the academy and then biglang pumasok ka doon na, di ba, mahirap yung mga regiments nyo doon.
That's actually the question I ask myself most of the time. The joke lang.
Yeah, so before pa lang, so hindi naman like your dad forced you to become something.
Hindi naman. Siguro this is where kwento ko na rin yung how I got into the military or how I got into PMA. Mostly kasi with like mga alumni ng PMA or sometimes even military dads regardless of where they got their commissionship. Usually andun kasi yung parang they just want their child to try PMA. Parang pride nila if makapasa. Kahit yung makapasa lang.
Yeah.
Parang ganun. They just want to see, kaya ng anak ko makapasa. Parang ganun. Not necessarily go in. So when I was in Ateneo before, sabi niya, Kuya, pwede bang try mo mag-exam? Like, tingnan lang natin kung papasa ka. Then I was like, okay, sure. Pero, just for context, when I was younger, andun na yung I idolize my dad, I want to be like him. Pero pagdating ng high school, not anymore. Parang I can see it was a difficult life. So sabi ko, maybe it's not for me. Parang I'd rather go into medicine. Yeah. I want to serve in a different way. Ganon. So, I just tried the exam. I remember it was a time pa nga na I was fixing my requirements. Tapos, sakto, I'm not sure if it was a holiday or school was suspended for some reason. I don't remember the exact reason. Basta walang class. Yeah. So, that's where I processed all my documents, lahat ng kailangan ko. And then, everything just snowballed from there. Nag-exam ako. Then, my mom didn't want. My mom was crying to me. Sabi niya, Papa, bakit mo pinag-exam ng PMA si Kuya? Ayaw kong mag-PMA siya, ayaw kong maghirap siya, ganun. Then, my dad was telling her, sabi niya, hindi, papatry ko lang. Gusto ko lang makita kung papasa siya. Ganun.
Okay.
And then, so, pumasa na ako. Pumasa ako. But I didn't know anything about yung kung saan yung standing ko sa exam, nothing.
Sure naman papasa ka dun, life cycle.
I don't know, but fortunately I did.
Yeah.
And then sabi ng mom ko, she was crying to my dad kasi my dad was telling me. Sabi niya, Kuya, pag pumasa ka, try mong magtuloy. Kasi may second phase yun eh. So ikikwento ko yun later. Sabi niya, try mong magtuloy. Try magtuloy, sabi niya. Then, my mom was like, there's only one way you're going to get me to say yes. And that's if your son is in the top 10 ng entrance exam.
And you were.
So, sabi ko, okay, parang wala tong chance. Kasi, alam mo, Kuya Miko, I'm going to share this. I'm not sure if I should be sharing this, pero nakakahiya. I was, under probation nung first semester ko sa life science.
So, baka talagang dapat nandun siya.
Kuya, what do we call that? QPI ba?
Parang QPI.
My QPI was 1.79.
Di ba requirement natin 2.5?
2.5. Yeah, si Sir Ron,
Sir Ron Cruz.
Yeah, Sir Ron messaged me. Sabi niya, Hernan, I'm so sorry to tell you, but you're on probation because your grade is 1.79 and you have to maintain a grade of 2.5. So, kailangan mo bumawi next semester.
Yeah.
So, at that time, akala ko I was really, not capable.
Okay.
Tapos, sabi ko, hindi siguro ako magta-top niyan. I prepared for it naman. Siyempre, actually, nahirapan kasi ako sa math. So, merong parang tutorial center sa Katipunan. The name was Magis. Do you know that?
Yeah, pumunta ako dun.
Yeah, so doon ako nag-review ng math. And math is the difficult part sa exam ng PMA. So, my foundation was solid. So, long story short, I passed. I was number 7 sa entrance exam. For some reason, maybe God's plan, I was number 7. So, my mom had no choice but to allow me.
Allow you.
So, yun, nagtuloy-tuloy.
Interesting lang. When I was in high school, I was a Boy Scout kasi.
Okay.
I was a Venturer Scout.
Okay.
So, yung highest rank kasi was a Ranger ba?
Yeah.
Sorry. Yeah. So, Eagle Scout pala.
Okay.
Eagle Scout. So, I was wearing yung Boy Scout uniform. I had patches.
Yeah.
May ranking. So, may patches also. And then, nagka-camping kami and all. And then, my lolo kasi was I think, police ata siya and all.
Okay.
Actually, sa totoo lang, I wanted to enter the PMA. Sa
Oh.
totoo. I wanted to enter. Like, legit. I asked my parents, mag-apply kaya ako sa PMA. Kasi coming from a public school in Tuguegarao, parang may mga PMA graduates sa amin eh. Si Raymond Casibang, Hilario Araw, marami
and they're
akong
visible
kilala.
in the community.
Yeah. And then, ang ganda ng uniform. Like, you really look up to them kasi sa Baguio sila. So I was telling my parents, mag-PMA kaya ako. Kaso hindi din sila pumapayag. Kasi lagi ko sinasabi to, sabi ng dad ko, 3 lang pwede namin gawin. So it was 1, syempre mag-doktor.
Yes.
Kasi doktor silang dalawa. 2, mag-lawyer. Or 3, maging pare. So yeah, hindi na ako pinayagan. Pero nag-take ako na exam ng PMA. PMMA. Yung Philippine Military Merchant Academy.
Marine Academy.
Marine Academy, yeah. And nag-top ata ako doon or something.
Wow. Buti hindi ka nagtuloy.
Hindi ako nagtuloy. And yung sa K-line, if you know yung K-line. Basta mga ganun din. Parang cadet something din.
Wow.
Yeah, but hindi ako tumuloy kasi yung parents ko hindi ako pinayagan. But it was always interesting sa akin. Kasi nanonood ako ng mga Navy SEALs.
Yeah.
Like yung buds. Binabasa ko yun. As in, like yung life
So you really wanted to pala talaga.
Yeah, like yung binabasa ko yung physical training nila. Tapos basta yung buds, di ba, yung SEAL Team 6, meron silang how many weeks of rigorous training.
You know, it's not too late, right? You can still get into the military.
Nakita ko yung like this Chinese guy, or like some Singaporean ata, who was a doctor, tapos army din ata siya. Tapos, ano yung school in the US ba? Na West Point?
West Point, yeah.
I think West Point siya. And then, astronaut siya.
Oh, yeah. I saw that. Yeah.
Nakita ko yun.
It's not too late, di ba?
And actually, lately, I was looking at VLuna. Kasi yung VLuna, they have orthopedic, they had an orthopedic sport program na pwede ka ding may enlist or something. I was looking at that.
Pagka pumasok ka sa military as a doctor, your rank is captain agad. So that's 1 rank higher than me. Yeah. So magsisir na ako sa'yo agad.
Pwede pala.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, alam ko yun. May isa akong doctor friend na who graduated from VLuna rin. Si R.A. Kawilan. So, he's a captain na, I think. Yeah. So, yun. Share ko lang na it was also a dream sa akin.
Okay.
And if only you had the page earlier, baka tumuloy na ako. So, interesting yung story mo nung college ka. So, tumuloy ka na after that. How was the transition from Ateneo? Sobrang ganda ng education, ganda ng campus and all. And then now, sa PMA.
Well, before I left Ateneo, babawiin ko lang yung sarili ko. I-redeem ko lang yung sarili ko, no? Before I left, I was DL naman.
So nabawi mo?
Adjust ako sa college life later on, second sem and sa summer. Di ba we had summer during sa course natin. So, my transition in terms of academics was okay. I didn't really have much difficulty because it was difficult na in Ateneo. And I'm sure it was much harder in the next years. But my foundation was good. But the transition in military life kasi, the difficult part is actually not physical, not mental. It's just willpower. Willpower lang talaga. It's not about how strong you are. It's not about how smart you are. Siguro in the beginning, when you're entering, kasi quota sa amin was 300 lang eh. Nag-exam sa class namin was 12,000. That's small compared to other years. And these years, usually 30,000 nag-exam. They only get 400. So, doon lang nagmamatter yung lakas and yung talino mo at the beginning.
Okay.
So, just stop the exam, galingan mo sa physical fitness test, ganon, and then you're likely to get in. But surviving is another story. It's just willpower. Yeah. We were in Muay Thai. Yeah. I played volleyball. I was an athlete ever since I was in grade school. But that kind of prepared me just up to a certain point. But the difficulty or yung hirap sa PMA is just pushing you to your limits. It's not measuring how strong or how good you are. Yeah. It's going to just push you and give you that tenacity after you survive. Parang ganon.
I think kasi they're really training us to a bigger world. Parang, well, of course, you're in the military. But like for us, may similarity rin eh.
Yeah, there is.
In medical school, it's easy to go in. It's easy to take the exam, take the interviews, and get in. Yeah. Well, hindi naman sobrang easy kasi medyo competitive naman in Ateneo. But like relatively, the difficulty is not in entering the academy or the residency or like the school, but yung staying in med school, like all those rigorous hours na nag-aaral ka or nagtatrabaho ka
Right.
during duty. Yeah, so I agree na parang, pero all of those parang to prepare you to a harder life
Yeah.
after So it's making your life after easier kasi nasanay ka na, may kalyo na yung like mind
Yeah,
mo,
exactly.
right? I think ganun naman yung reason.
Yeah.
What began as a small pediatric clinic has now grown into a dedicated space for healing. From one doctor to a team. From serving children, parents, and even grandparents. For 25 years, we've watched families grow, and now it's time we grow with them. At Tugigaraw Child and Adult Care Clinic, our foundation is built on values that define how we care, how we lead, and how we grow. We lead with compassion, we strive with excellence, and we embrace innovation. Our vision moving forward is to become your family's one-stop healthcare partner, a clinic built around your life. These are more than words, they are who we are. At Tugigaraw Child and Adult Care Clinic.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ellen P. de Guzman.
I'm Maylene Medrano Kilang.
I'm Dr. Christine Campos S. Alona.
Dr. Iverson S. Cruz.
And I am Dr. Minerva B. Madilin, your trusted pediatrician.
Our vision is to be a trusted, family-oriented, multi-specialty clinic known for quality of service, patient-oriented care across all ages. Because your health matters at every age and every season. Tugigaraw Child and Adult Care Clinic. Healthcare that grows with you. So, pagpasok mo dun, paano? Nagulat ka ba or what?
You know, I'm sure, I don't know if I'm known for yun nga, Brigade Commander. So, yun yung top position in the PMA. But I always tell aspirants or those who want to enter the service, I was once resigning.
Talaga?
I wanted to resign 1 week after going in the academy. Imagine, 1 week pa lang sabi ko, gusto ko na umuwi. There was a time na nandun lang ako sa corner ng room ko, parang nakaganon lang ako, staring into the abyss, na not knowing why I'm here. Parang ganon.
Yeah.
And buti na lang, I was, siguro ako, I'm a Christian kasi. So doon yung parang naging anchor ko to survive. And siguro nandun din yung parang my dad, na parang ayaw ko siya mapahiya. Parang ganon. Kaya I felt like I had to do this. Pero yun nga, it was very difficult to transition. Culture shock. Culture shock, war shock, medyo war shock. Yeah. Hindi naman PTSD, wala pa naman.
Kung hindi ka nag-PTSD doon, malakas ka talaga siguro. Yeah, pero yeah, I've heard a lot from like the PMA. So maybe to like enrich or like educate the other people regarding the PMA. Like, can you give like a description of how the PMA is or how life is there?
Well, in PMA is a military academy. It gives us it's a program, a 4-year course program. So you have a Bachelor of Science after. It's basically college, but mostly military training with mostly military training with college. Parang ganon.
Okay.
So life there is difficult mostly in the first year. Kasi not necessarily because it's the hardest year, but because it's your year of transition. It's your time of changing from your civilian life into military life. That's where you get to know yourself, how you deal with these pressures that's happening. So just to paint a picture of how cadet life goes, when you're first year, usually, tayo ngayon, di ba, we wake up at 4.
Yeah.
Sometimes we wake up at 3. Well, mostly we wake up at 3 because we have to clean the barracks, we have to clean our room, we have to make sure everything, hindi pwede yung may konting dust sa table mo. Kasi you're going to get demerits for that. So, we wake up at 3. Pero official waking up is 4:30. We call it the reveille. Parang may mga siren or whatever, parang ganon. So, we have to wake up na. And then, 5 o'clock, we form. May formation kami niyan. We form because we have to ensure that everyone is there and also to check your uniforms. So kami, the special thing about PMA is, yung mga nag-check sa amin, although we have military officers that are graduates already that are going around, parang sila yung pinaka nagsusupervise. those who are in close supervision are our upper class, mga seniors din. So they're not graduates yet, but parang we train ourselves to be parang alam mo yung capable na sila. Responsible na sila enough to take care of their juniors. Even if it's not exactly their job talaga. Parang that's part of the culture there.
Similar sa amin sa residency.
Oh,
Ang
okay.
hardest life is the first year. Kasi all the errands, you do everything. So, kunwari, from simply preparing yung gamit for the OR.
Yeah.
So, kung ang OR is like 7, 5 a.m. nandun ka na. Kasi you're preparing yung mga gamit. And the night before, andun ka din. Kasi you're checking the implants for the surgeries the following day.
Very similar, no?
Yeah. So, and then, yung seniors mo rin, like the 4th years, the 3rd years, they act as your semi-mentors mo na. Sila na yung direct na magsusupervise sa'yo, magtuturo.
Ganon.
And then you also have mga consultants or yung mga older na who are just going there na pag mag-opera na. Parang ganon.
So parang ibig sabihin, even if they're in residency pa, pero dahil senior sila, they have the responsibility to take care of you.
Yeah. So
parang
kung may
ganun
may mali ka,
din.
mali nila. So dapat
Grabe na, parang
as a
military
senior,
din.
medyo semi-military training din siya na may seniority din and all. And the hardest part din is the first year kasi adjustment period din talaga. So so ang cool lang na
Very
almost
similar, no? Grabe. Kaya doctors are built different din talaga.
medyo. So early mornings you wake up and then kailan dun yung like academy?
So 'di ba, we have our formation at 5.
Yeah.
So kakain pa kami breakfast. We march.
So totoo ba yung sa videos yung when they're
Yeah, totoo 'yon. Yung
totoo yun.
makita ko ba dito? Parang for example, your food is here.
Yeah.
Tapos parang nakaganon ka lagi. Tapos nakaano talaga yung legs mo.
Okay.
Tapos kakain ka ganun. Tapos yung the thing is with the kain, you first eat your rice. Tapos pagkatapos mo kainin yung rice mo, 'di ba, kukunin mo na.
Yeah.
Tapos bababa mo, sa ayusin mo ulit. Chew mo muna. Tapos hindi ka pwede mag-chew habang nag-aayos. So yun muna, chew ka. Pag nalunok mo na, open mo ulit yung spoon mo, kunin mo yung meat mo, baba mo, tapos chew ka. Ganon. Ganon siya. So, very, alam mo yan, parang yun, may step by step din. Totoo yun.
3 times a day, ganun.
Yeah, 3 times a day for probably 8 months. 8 months of your first year life. Kasi there's recognition day din.
Yun ba yung like nilalagay yung thing?
Sa ibang mga military, ganon.
Sa PMA?
Sa PMA, it's acknowledgement. Parang makikita mo, parang may mga, you probably see it in pictures, yung parang lean back sila. Tapos parang gaganunin. Parang itatap yung, merong ganun kasi.
Badge nila or something?
Parang part of their uniform. Tatap yun, tapos parang handshake ganon.
Yeah. That's what I see.
And then after breakfast, that's probably 1 hour, start kami ng class 7. So bago kami mag-klase, formation. Laging may formation.
Yeah.
Then our class will be until 12. After 12, formation ulit, lunch. After mga 1:15 or 1:30 p.m., ganun ulit. Klase na naman. Then after that, mga around 4, we have time for either military drills, sports, or we have organizations in PMA also. I was part of the publication ng PMA and the debate team. So yun yung parang talent ko noon. Then after that, we have dinner. Then we have study period.
What time?
7 to 9 p.m. So there's an actual time for study period. And we respect that. Bawal kang kulitin ng mga seniors mo. Kasi nag-aaral ka eh. Pero sometimes nakakatulog ka. Kasi pagod eh.
Yeah.
Then after that, 9 o'clock, we have this open time from 9 to 9:30. You can do whatever you want. But supposedly, you have to fix your uniform, prepare for the next day. Pero sometimes you go over 10 o'clock kasi ang dami mong piniprepare eh.
So yung sleep time mo is like 10 to 3?
When you're a first year, usually you sleep at 11:30. Kasi hindi ka pa magaling magplansya eh.
Yun yung sinasabi ng plancha.
Kasi may paplansya ka talaga lagi every day. Tapos kailangan walang wrinkle. Tapos pag nadumihan yung pants mo, that's the saddest thing kasi hindi mo na pwede gamitin.
So,
Kasi
maglalaba ka ulit.
you have to, maglaba. Pero we have naman, may laundries naman kami.
Pwede ba yung moist na lang?
Wala, hindi pwede. Pero may mga pandadaya na ganun. Sometimes yung parang may ilalagyan sila. Nakalimutan ko anong nilalagay nila. Pag kunyari na dumihan.
May pen.
Parang ganun. Correction tape nga yata yung gamit nila
Para matanggal na. Hindi mo nalalabahan.
Yeah, then yun. Our day starts again at 3.
Super strict, no?
Yeah.
Sobrang like regimented.
Parang kayo din.
Yeah. Pero hindi naman sa amin kasi walang punishment or like walang demerit kapag hindi mo nagawa eh.
Yeah.
Demerit's a grade pero like not in,
Yan sa amin kasi, meron kaming merit system na tinatawag. So, ito, to paint a picture lang. For example, in one semester, sabihin lang natin, not the exact numbers, you have like 120 points.
Yeah.
So, you have may passing score yan, may parang 70% yan. So dapat hindi ka ang 70% is 0. So pag na 0 ka and then you fall behind that 0, possible ka either ma-kick out ka or you retain until the next year. We call it turn back. Held over, parang ganon.
Okay.
So ito, to paint a picture lang. We have sa bed namin, we have to align our shoes.
Okay.
So, pag may nakita dyan na hindi naka-align, that's 1 demerit or 2 sometimes.
What?
So, imagine mo kung for 10 days, puro hindi align yung shoes mo at may nakapansin. Ang nagre-report lang naman usually yung mga officers na, hindi yung mga upper class. Yeah. Pag upper class, sabihin nila, ba't ayaw mo i-align yung shoes mo? Tapos siguro magpo-push-ups ka ng 10, ganon, kasi instead of the demerit. So, imagine mo kung 10 days kang unaligned yung shoes mo, 20 demerits ka na agad.
Okay.
Ganon kahirap.
Hirap, no? So, saan dun yung part na may physical fitness na like you have to run or what?
Usually morning.
Every morning?
Yeah, every morning. So, yun nga, if maaga kayo gumigising, kunyari 5:30 pa naman yung breakfast, pag wala kayong activities before, may mga nag-aayang mga seniors to run or sometimes program siya, lalo na for new cadets. For new cadets, naka-program yun.
Yeah.
So, before ka mag-breakfast, may takbo talaga. Pero at first, 3 kilometers muna. Pag after 1 week, 5 kilometers. So, progressive din siya. More scientific na ngayon ang PMA in terms of physical fitness.
Ang ganda nung area nyo eh. I always go there pag nasa Baguio. Tinitignan ko yung
tourist
area.
spot talaga siya.
Yeah, tourist spot talaga. Are there any misconceptions that you think most people think about when you're in the PMA?
Well, common misconception is we're, mahirap kausapin.
Okay.
Parang masyadong, I don't know how to describe it pero parang rigid, di ba?
Yeah.
Well, typically gano'n. Kasi that's how how we were raised, di ba? Pero mostly naman, after cadetship, medyo naglulusa na din naman. And other common misconception is, we're bad guys.
Yeah.
Kasi there was a period, let's be straight to the point. There was a time, di ba, na you guys probably heard the news, di ba? Baka nakikita nyo sa news. Yeah. Yung sa hazing, yung may namatay sa hazing. And there was a time talaga na it was, it happened. It happened. Pero, I am very proud to say and very happy to say that PMA isn't like that now. Actually, sa class namin, when we were the graduating class, I happened to be the class president also, and sabay na pagiging Brigade Commander ko, we took a stand. Now, we should really do our part in ending this. Kasi we didn't like it when it happened, di ba? Yeah. So, I'm sure you guys don't like it also now. So, let's end it. Hindi naman natin kailangan yan to discipline someone. So, we took a stand and I believe ngayon, although hindi ko siya na-monitor, but I believe based on what I've been hearing, it's hazing free. And you guys can see naman wala naman ng mga news about those, di ba?
Yeah.
So, it's been really good right now.
Yeah. It's good na you started yung ganun na culture in the PMA. Kasi I think for parents and also for relatives of like aspiring cadets, di ba? That's one of the major considerations in hazing.
I'm sure.
Sa totoo lang. If you think about it, same in the medical community, sa amin naman is bullying in the medical community. So, like lately, in our generation, wala na siya. So, medyo inaano na siya. Like, hate towards it na. na parang there should be like equal footing in the community, or like wala nang toxicity, kasi it not
Hindi
only
naman
makes the
kailangan.
work harder, pero nagki-quit na yung a lot of students who apply eh.
Yeah.
Like, I guess sa inyo din,
Ganun
if
din.
nag-undergo ka ng hazing, baka mapakwit ka din sa sobrang sakit, di ba? So that's good that you started that, di ba?
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm happy because the seniors during that time, those who were in PMA, our commandant, superintendent, they were all against it. So parang nag-align yung stars na parang maybe it's time for us to make a change.
Yeah. So as a son of a lieutenant general before, may special treatment ba inside? Kasi I heard kapag ganun, parang mas may pinapahirapan ka daw, hindi ba?
Spot on.
Spot on.
Sorry. Yeah, actually, it's exactly that.
Yeah.
Sa PMA kasi, also, just to address the misconception, a lot of people think na because you're the son of this person, may backer. You know, typical backer system in the Philippines, di ba? In PMA, it's not like that because yung mismong mga PMA graduates, they don't want that eh. Parang, kumbaga, it's our pride na we got there because of who we are. We graduated because of who we are, because kinaya namin. So, I know senior officers who have children who did not get in PMA despite wanting to. So, that's how I prove na wala talagang backer system sa PMA. Anyway, going back dun sa akin nga, it was difficult kasi my mom always wanted to visit. May capacity eh. I think any mother would want to visit, diba? Lalo na if they're worried. So every time they would see my mom, mas pinapahirapan ako.
Makikita mo.
Yeah, there was a time I told my mom, "Ma, pwede bang wag ka muna pumunta dito kasi mas napapahirapan ako eh." Yeah, but I didn't understand noon why she was doing it and why she wasn't listening to me. But then when I graduated, I realized na ganun lang pala talaga pag mother.
Yeah.
So, yun, it's actually quite the opposite nga na kala may special treatment but it's more difficult.
Yun nga narinig ko actually sa totoo lang na.
Yeah.
Like more exercises or more
And
something.
more expectations din.
Yeah.
Na parang you have to live up to your father's standards, mga ganon. Kaya doon agad yung pressure.
Or siguro bine-mention nila every single time. Yan.
Yeah, parang sinasabi, bakit ka ba nandito? Di ba tatay mo ganito ganyan? Bakit ka pa pumasok dito? Sana binigay mo na lang sa iba yung slot mo. That's always the line before. Pero it's more of a psychological warfare. Parang they want you to feel pressured para ma-feel mo talaga na gusto mo ba talaga dito? Kailangan masabi mo sa sarili mo na gusto mo talaga dito. Hindi dahil pinilit ka lang, hindi dahil sa dad mo. Parang ganon.
Nagkaka-goosebumps ako kasi ganun na ganun sa amin. Like, kapag anak ka ng doktor or what, maybe isa sa reason why I took training here in Manila kasi ayoko yung ma-pressure sa province. Kasi anak ako ng doktor doon. So, ang tawag namin doon is anak ng Diyos.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
Anak ng
so,
Diyos
anak
din sa
ng
amin.
Diyos. So, pag anak ka ng Diyos, one, the pressure. Two, syempre may standards na naset na sila. Ikaw, trainee ka, nagkakamali ka din.
Tapos
or
both your parents pa, di ba?
Are doctors or yeah. So may pressure siya, no? And in a way, same din sa ayaw mo silang i-let down, ayaw mo mapahiya sila sa lahat ng ginagawa. So very interesting that the same yung story.
Same talaga, no?
Yeah. So apart, what are the most memorable stories you've experienced inside the academy naman?
Siguro kung memorable, I think wala akong isang memorable eh. Kasi everything naman parang it has yung its own parang reason why everything happens. Pero siguro if there's one, siguro yung yung sabay-sabay kami naghihirap ng mga classmates ko.
Ang saya, no?
Yeah. Yung parang makikita mo sila, naghihirap ka din, tapos parang alam mo yung may iyak-iyak na, tapos magtitinginan kayo, parang gusto nyo na umiyak. Pero go pa din. Tapos you're just going to look back at it. Okay naman, masaya naman.
Masaya, no? Pag binabalik ka mo.
Yeah, looking back. Pero nung nandun ka, hindi masaya.
Ayaw mo.
Yeah.
What began as a small pediatric clinic has now grown into a dedicated space for healing. From one doctor to a team. From serving children, parents, and even grandparents. For 25 years, we've watched families grow. And now it's time we grow with them. At Tugigaraw Child and Adult Care Clinic, our foundation is built on values that define how we care, how we lead, and how we grow. We lead with compassion, we strive with excellence, and we embrace innovation. Our vision moving forward is to become your family's one-stop healthcare partner, a clinic built around your life. These are more than words, they are who we are. At Tugigaraw Child and Adult Care Clinic.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ellen P. de Guzman.
I'm Mylene Medrano Kilang.
I'm Dr. Christine Campos Escalona.
Dr. Iverson S. Cruz.
And I am Dr. Minerva B. Malilin, your trusted pediatrician.
Our vision is to be a trusted family-oriented multi-specialty clinic known for quality of service, patient-oriented care across all ages. Because your health matters at every age and every season. Tugigaraw Child and Adult Care Clinic. Healthcare that grows with you. So, any other mga special positions that you held sa loob? Diba you mentioned you were the Brigade Commander?
Yeah, so the Brigade Commander, we are a 1,000 strong cadet corps. So ako yung nandun sa pinaka-taas ng chain of command.
Ng buong?
Yeah, ng buong
4
1,000
years?
plus na yun. No, you usually have that position sa 4th year. Parang it's, kumbaga, every year, you have increasing responsibility also. Okay. So nagkataon na those people who were there believed in me, appointed me to become the Brigade Commander at that time. I was also the class president. So I was class president until last year.
Yeah.
So after graduation ako pa din. I was also, wala na ako ibang positions, but I was in the discussion and debate team. So there were times na I would go to schools like UP, kahit yun sa UP Los Baños. I think there was a time also, National Debate Championship. The one I joined was in Cagayan de Oro. Yeah, we had teams also from Ateneo. They're the best talaga eh. Galing talaga ng Ateneo, grabe. International, di ba? Ang galing
they
din.
even won.
I was also in the publication. So naging writer and speaker ako when I was in the academy. Then volleyball. Sa amin naman, siguro connect ko na. So sports naman, we have a lot of sports in PMA.
Talaga?
Yeah, we also have, sa amin naman hindi Muay Thai eh. Wushu.
It's
Parang
harder.
MMA, di ba?
Yeah.
So, boxing lang kung walang Muay Thai eh. Siguro because of the elbows and knees. Parang lesser risk ng
ng injuries.
Injuries. Although we have jiu-jitsu. So, very
okay
injury prone
jiu-jitsu
din.
Like,
Basta marurunong talaga, di ba?
Yeah.
Pero Muay Thai is different
Yeah.
Kasi pag na-elbow ka talaga.
I-share ko lang
Yeah.
i-comment ko lang dun sa Brigade Commander positions mo rin. So I'm talking pala to someone who's gonna be a general eventually.
Hopefully.
Yeah.
But ano naman eh, for me, I'm just doing my job.
Yeah.
Just keep doing my job. Go beyond our duties, and we'll see where God brings us. And ano na lang eh, hopefully.
Yeah, so babalikan natin tong video na to. Siguro like 20 years from now. Yun yung age range, no? Mga
I think
50 years old.
50 years old.
Yeah.
50 years old.
Eventually. Sana DOH na ako nun. USEC na ako nun.
Diba? Tapos we'll work together.
Yeah. So anyway, it's good that you mentioned all the sports inside the academy. So merong iba't ibang avenues naman as outlet pala yung mga students. And you're not just studying and then working and then whatever.
Yeah.
So may mga ganun pala.
Yeah.
So interesting. Siguro marami rin kayo na-develop na athletes.
Yeah, actually what I always share to our aspirants or to the young ones, PMA is really one of the best places to grow. I don't say best kasi iba-iba naman tayo eh. You know, this could be the best for me, another could be the best for you. But one of the best places kasi you get to explore so many things. Now open siya. Imagine you get to learn martial arts for free.
Yeah.
You get to do archery for free. Yung mga you get to do firing for free. So, ang dami mong matututunan doon. Magbo-bloom ka talaga.
Actually, if I could go back, parang gusto kong puntahan yung PMA. Like, gusto ko talagang pumunta, experience yung 4 years na. Medyo soccer for like hardships. Like, gusto kong mahirapan. Like, gusto ko yung mapagdaanan yun. And then, after that, ang sarap siguro ng feeling.
It is.
Like, just going through that or whatever. Kasi ang kami ng friend ko who started this podcast, ang main thought process namin, si Van Velasco, my friend from Tugigaraw. Ang main line namin is choose hard.
Okay.
Yun yung gusto naming line kasi like iniisip namin na if you choose hard, everything else after gets easier. Kasi parang if you choose the easier life, then parang hihirap yung buhay mo after.
Right.
So, yan. Siguro eventually, pag in another life, maging PMA. No?
Yeah, no, but like just putting it out there, you can still you can try out. Like recently nga, I talked to Mateo Vidicelli. He had the opportunity to join a Scout Ranger training.
Yun nga, meron
diba?
pa.
I'm sure that's something that you would want to do as well, diba?
Oh, paano yun?
Mga reservists, usually they have those opportunities. Siguro, given the right timing lang and right network, you get to take on those opportunities.
May open palang mga ganun programs. Yeah. So, kasi I remember si Coach Crew Pertoliano.
Yes.
Siguro ang hardest na ginawa namin before was like this ride ng going to Subic. Parang may 200 kilometer ride kami. Tapos may 400 then may 600. Grabe yun eh. Tapos may mga I think may mga cyclist na Navy. So from the Navy and the Air Force din. Parang may mga cycling teams din sila.
Yeah, meron tayo. Meron.
May mga ganun. Syempre, di ba, yung may willpower na yung mga yun na gumawa nun. Like, ano na lang yun, di ba? Magbabike ka na lang tapos bayad ka. I think may mga badminton players also na enlisted sila. And then so very interesting na maraming sports.
Actually, complete yung teams natin ngayon. Right now, I'm also part of the Air Force team ng volleyball. So, madami, iba-ibang sports. Kasi we have a competitive tournament.
Na
parang Air Force versus Army versus Navy. Kaya parang syempre, parang kami yung best. Diba?
Pride
parang
mo yun, diba? So anyways, bakit volleyball pala before? Like,
I started out volleyball probably because of my older sister. Yun yung sport niya eh. So siguro, parang naengganyo lang talaga ako sa volleyball. Then, nagtuloy-tuloy. Even until now.
Anong position mo sa volleyball?
Spiker, open hitter. Ako yung sa left side. Sakto lang. Medyo.
Si Raymond, yung friend ko, na captain din.
Yeah,
Parang libero ata.
Yeah, he was a libero. During the time na naglalaro pa kami, he was our libero.
Yeah. Dati kami kasi palarong pamansa. I was badminton.
Oh, wow.
So, nagkikita kami sa palaro. He was volleyball. And then, I think he applied nung 1 year after graduation. Yun. Nandun. Siya yung nag-live nung like the PMA life.
Grabe, no?
Yeah. So anyway, aside from everything you've shared, are you still in touch with like mga batchmates mo?
Oh yeah, for sure. One of the special things about PMA, we call them Mista.
Yeah.
So Mista is like a term derived from Mister. So parang it's like an American slang. Parang Mista, pero sa amin, it's like brother or sister. Yeah, Mista. So it's Mister. Parang Mista. May slang na ginawang Pinoy.
Yeah.
Naging matigas lang siya, Mista.
Mista.
Yeah, so that's the term we use para sa mga PMA classmates namin. So we're very close. Kumbaga, if we know that that person is our classmate namin yan, we're gonna do everything to help that guy out. Parang ganun.
Yun yung parang nakakaingit rin sa mga may ganyan na institutions or like mga fraternities or whatever, may brotherhoods na ganyan. Parang may lagi kang tatakbuhan na first group of people. And sila din, they're bound to help you kasi nga, batchmate mo siya eh. Yeah, ganun din naman sa ibang Pero nakakaingit yun.
Kahit nga hindi kayo super close nung asa academy, pero you know that this guy is your Mista. You're going to help.
He drop everything and help mo din talaga siya. Yeah. So, okay. So, you've been through the whole academy na pagkwentuhan natin kung anong story. Yep. Ngayon naman, after graduation naman.
Okay.
Upon graduation, were you given the chance to select kung saan ka pupunta?
Right. Okay.
Or grading system ba yun?
Yeah.
Or what? Like, I don't know.
So, the one, yung i-share ko ngayon will be for our class, ng class 2021. Because it could be different every year, depending on the system that's, pinababa. Kasi before, there were stories na draw lots.
Yeah. Oh,
parang kanyari, 10 kayo, tapos nasa bowl yung papel, pili lang kayo doon kung ano. So parang it's fate that chooses you, parang ganon. Pero sa amin, it was naka-divide kami into 10. As far as I know, I'm not sure kasi kadete pa ako nun, but this is what I heard. And it makes sense. So 10 kami, And then, sa ranking namin, kunyari 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, mauunang pumili yung number 1. So, pero before that, magsisignify na kami kung ano yung gusto namin. For example, I was number 4 sa academy and I chose Air Force. So, sa 1 to 10, ako yung pang-apat na pipili. Pero we don't pick on the spot. So, for example, ang number 1 namin was Navy.
Talaga?
So,
Navy.
one slot of Navy is gone na.
Okay.
My number 2 and number 3, Army. Wala pang Air Force, di ba?
So, wala pa. Swerte
So,
ka
swerte
talaga.
ako kasi number 4, may open pa na slot sa Air Force, sa akin na.
Swerte.
So, in the 10, supposedly, dapat may, dati, 2 Air Force, 3 Navy, 5 Army. Parang 50% sa Army talaga. Although ngayon, ano na siya, parang halos pare-parehas na. 33% each na. Yun.
Going out ba, parang gusto mo kung nasaan yung like, alam mo na, like nasaan yung laban, gano'n.
What do you mean? Sorry.
Like, I mean, I was thinking kasi when you're watching movies, di ba, parang, yung mga Americans, they always want to be deployed. Parang gano'n.
Right.
Ganun din ba sa inyo? Like, oh, let's go
Well,
to...
yeah, as a fresh grad, ganun eh. Parang, laban
Training
tayo.
ako eh.
Malakas ako, Superman ako. Parang ganun yung yabang pagka-graduate. Ganun talaga.
Ganun talaga.
Yeah. So, it's true. Ganun yung nafe-feel mo. Actually, second year pa lang eh. Ganun na yung pakiramdam mo eh. Pagkatapos mo ng first year, like yung kwento nga namin lagi, pagka first break kasi namin, first time namin lumabas in the academy is after 1 year. Yun yung before ka mag-second year.
Naalala ko.
Yung pag nung lalakad ka sa streets, parang pag may nakakita ka na ang sama ng tingin sa'yo, parang gusto mong awayin. Parang ganun. Parang bakit masama tingin mo sa akin? Parang kahit kotse siguro, susuntokin mo. Parang ganun.
Naalala ko yung friend ko, ganun eh.
Yeah.
ganun siya, pero 5 flat lang siya eh. Sorry. Sorry, Raymond, pero nung pag-uwi mo, ganun. So, sobrang lakas niya, nag-running kami. Athlete ako din. Grew up ako ng badminton. So, kaya ko pa siya sabayan. Talaga, 20 rounds kami sa oval. Kayang-kaya niya. Kasi sa Baguio, nag-run kami. Tapos dapat yung hinga mo.
Yeah.
Tama ba?
Pero tama yun.
Hinga kang dalawa, then exhale ka. Yeah. Yun ang turo sa
May
academy.
rhythm dapat.
May rhythm. So, ginawa ko din. So, I was like, okay, nice. Tapos lahat ng mga kasama ko, ganun yung buhok and all. So, naalala ko, ganun nga talaga. So, anyway, so going out, pag mapipili mo ba kung saan ka madedestinate?
No. That's actually, yun nga, up to the Air Force, Army, or Navy. Saan kayo lalagay?
Okay.
Pero to a certain extent, you can choose siguro your career path. For example, ako, I chose to be a pilot. So, mayroong iba, they choose to be a maintenance officer. They choose to go to the radars or missile officer, mga ganon. So, you get to choose. Pero, yun nga, just like everything else, may quota, may entrance exam. So, you get to choose, pero you have to be, qualified for it. Parang ganon.
So, paano naman yung like, ma-promote ka from like, how do you go about yung promotion?
Sa promotion. Basically, the first 2 promotions mo, from second lieutenant to first lieutenant, and hanggang captain, is just time. So, you just have to occupy your position. For example, from second lieutenant to first lieutenant, 3 years. From first lieutenant to captain, 4 years. So, after 7 years, captain ka na.
More or less.
Kaya si Sir Kasibang, he's already a captain right now. So, yun. Pero after that, meritocracy na.
Okay.
Andun na yung may factors ng seniority. Andun na yung mga achievements mo. So on and so forth. Education, yes, there is. You have to take a master's. You have to take mayroon din kami tinatawag na professional military education. You have to go through that. Parang upgrading siya. So, meron din.
Because I see may mga officers din kayo na sa AIMS ba yun?
Yeah, oo, sa AIM.
AIM.
Madalas yun yung parang gusto naming mapuntahan na school.
Oo.
Well, I also want to go to Ateneo or UP.
For
Then
business
siguro for my
school din.
master.
For
my
masters.
master's. So.
Anong masters naman ang kailangan?
Well, usually dapat related sa government.
government.
Well, pero ako right now, I don't have one yet. Pero I'm still thinking. Usually yung mga sa seniors namin, public administration, usually, or mga development-related postgraduate degrees.
So now, how many years? 4 years ka na outside the academy?
My 5th na this year, 2026.
May mga encounters ka na?
Oh, no. I don't have personally. Because in my line of work nga, I'm in education.
Okay.
Pero for my classmates in the Army, madami. Army talaga. Navies, depende din. Depende on where you're assigned to talaga.
Yeah. Kasi yung friends ko, ganun. Yung
Yeah,
mga encounters.
lalo na in the Army talaga.
Yeah, I think that's better for you kasi like safer ka now,
Yeah,
no?
oo.
Yeah. Anyway, so after graduation, now you're back na sa like, ano ba? Semi-regular life? Kasi you're outside na. Any other adjustments na nahirapan ka? Or
Actually, after training, you get to adjust to everything. Parang yung nabibuild nga, I think even the same with you, is yung adversity quotient.
Oo, totoo.
Yung being flexible with anything that comes your way. Yun siguro yung pinaka nabibuild in PMA. You have your academics, your education, you have your physical fitness, everything, pero yung stability under pressure and your ability to adaptability quotient pala. Yun yung yung pinaka parang takeaway mo from the academy.
Yeah, because I think may nakasabi ka sa isang mga videos mo na once you go through the academy, you can apply it to all aspects of your life. Like your discipline, your hard work, your willpower. Ilagay mo yan sa sports, lagay mo yan sa content creation or even in education, di ba? Like, meron ka ng setup standard na galing akong PMA eh. Like, napagdaanan ko yung hirap eh. I mean, ako, personally, ganun din ako mag-isip now. Like, yung concept ko of difficult or like hard was what we did with with Coach Crew Andre Portellano.
It was difficult.
Naalala ko nung Muay Thai times, yung pag may fight ka, kailangan 10 kalaban mo, 15, iikot yun sa'yo, 2 minutes each.
Grabe,
tapos,
no?
hindi mo manabutan yun.
I think napanood ko lang.
Yeah, so parang nagka 2 fights ako under Crew Portellano.
Yeah, I think sa message natin
Nasa
na good
isa.
luck pa ako sa'yo.
So, yun, going through yung mga training in specific, parang nasa-set up niya yung standard ng difficulty, hardness mo. So, kung wari ngayon sa residency, wala yan. Kasi napagdaanan mo na yung or like maybe in your work, napagdaanan mo na yung hirap eh. So yeah, going back, si Coach Andre before, ginagawa niya sa mga athletes niya, lahat kung sinong lalaban, kung sinong nag-training that day, kung 20 man sila or 15, lahat yung dadaan dun sa may kalaban.
No?
Oh, grabe yun. Sobra. Doon ako na-injure sa shoulders eh. Kasi yung bandang 15, 14 person na. I was just throwing punches and kicks and all. Pero yeah, so yun yung like standard ko na of difficulty.
Yeah.
So may ganun aspect siya sa inyo din siguro kasi napagdaanan mo na yung the academy life, di ba? So anong plans mo after? Like, are you looking at a certain career path na you mentioned, di ba, sa education part ka?
Yep.
So yun ang gusto mo talaga?
Right now, well, in the military, parang you get to specialize somewhere. Parang, di ba, syempre, ang dami niyan eh. We have yung mga administration, personal administration, you have intelligence, I'm sure you know about that, operations, logistics, we have CEIS. So, and we also have CMO, Civil Military Operations. Yung mga parang ganito. You get to engage with stakeholders outside the military. Pero I think I'm leaning towards education talaga. I feel like it's where my passion is at. Yung influence. Kasi education is the way to influence people. Kasi they learn from you. So you get to inject some of those, good things or mga personal principles mo din to them.
Yeah. That's
Pero other than that, probably I'll get into logistics, ganon, so that I could understand how things work, and so on and so forth.
Can you share more about like being an Air Force pilot? I think medyo na-brush up lang natin siya. Parang there's more to it pa ata eh. Like yung literally driving like an Air Force, ano bang?
For me, yun nga, it's a low-wing aircraft, an SF-260 Marchetti. For me, since I'm an instructor pilot, teaching talaga. So, picture this na lang. You're teaching these students that really don't know much about flying. So, yun yung struggle kasi, syempre, it's kind of like you're flying alone all the time. Kasi you can't expect the other person to know what he's doing.
Yeah.
And then, with the maneuvers that are yung mga dangerous, like mga loop, mga aileron roll, so mga high-speed maneuvers. It's kind of, syempre nakakatakot if, imagine, sige, ikaw na, try mo.
Yeah.
So imagine yung aircraft mo
Kasi
diving.
pareho kayong nandun.
Yeah. Imagine your aircraft diving at around 200 miles per hour to the ground. Tapos, kung hindi niya hatakan yun, hindi tuloy-tuloy kayo pababa. Hindi niya iangat. Mga ganon.
Yeah.
So, yun lang yung mga struggles as an instructor pilot. And nandun yung, actually, I'm not sure if you've heard, but recently we had one of our colleagues
I saw.
passed away recently. Classmate ni Sir Kasibang yun.
Talaga?
Oo. So, she's a fellow instructor pilot and the other one was my student.
Your student.
Nakakalipad ko lang siya like probably a month ago. So, yun yung mga unforeseen or mga hopefully hindi mangyari.
Yeah.
So, yun yung mga nangyayaring yun naman ang
Risk.
difficulty and risk when it comes to flying. You never know what could happen.
I think yung sa Air Force yun talaga yung like sabi nga nila parang one foot na nasa
Yes, exactly.
grave mo when you're in the Air Force. Not because may war or something, but because of the possibilities that could happen.
Anything could
above
happen.
Yeah.
Like, yung kotse, pag nasiraan, pwede mong i-park sa gilid. Pero pag nasiraan ka ng aeroplano, you just can't do anything.
May parachutes ba kayo? Or
we have naman, but we are trained to really do our best to land the aircraft.
So, kunwari, magka-emergency, you're on top. Tapos, parang, possible talaga na parachute up or no?
Pwede. Well, we have an aircraft like that. Yung sa FA-50, yung mga fighter jets naman yung mga fighter pilots, they have that. Pero yung sa aircraft ko, we have a parachute.
Yeah.
And we have procedures for it.
Okay.
Pero as much as possible, we really try to, kailangan naming maland.
Yung
parang wala pa kaming incident na nag-parachute yung pilot.
Are you gonna drive yung ganong aircrafts eventually? Or?
Sa amin, we could venture out to it. Pero parang sa amin kasi as pilots, we just have to fly a certain number of hours. And then we could move on to the next part of our career. So for example, makalipad ako ng 2,000 hours, I can already move on and leave flying to the next generation. Parang ganon.
Ganun pala siya.
Pero I could choose na in the middle of my 2,000 siguro, I could go to another unit. I could go to a helicopter unit para yun yung mga pupunta sa army, gano'n.
Yeah.
And I could even go to the fighters.
Yun yung interesting, no? Ang dami mong pwedeng gawin.
Yeah, ang dami.
Yeah, so, after the academy, pwede kang kahit saan, no? So, I think it's really yung reason why they're preparing you to be ready sa kahit department.
Kahit ano dapat.
I think kapag graduate mo sa academy, di ba, second lieutenant ka na?
Second lieutenant, yes.
Nagka-difficulty ka ba na yung mga senior, mas matandang army people, parang ikaw yung senior?
I get what you're trying to say.
Yeah.
So, there are two types of soldiers. So, one is the officer and the other is the enlisted personnel.
Yeah.
So, yun yung mga maririnig yung sergeant. Sa army, yung private. Yun yung lowest rank private. Sa amin, ang tawag sa kanila, airman or airwoman. So, there was a time, fresh grad ako, ang hinahawakan ko mga master sergeant, yun na yung highest rank sa enlisted.
Yeah.
Technical sergeant is the second. They are already 25 years in the service. And here comes a young second lieutenant, fresh graduate na commanding them or giving them instructions. It's difficult.
Yeah.
Kasi age pa lang di ba?
No.
And generational difference pa lang is already there. But that's where the leadership challenge is.
Yeah.
So that's I had 3 years of that. 3 years kasi yung first year wala pang leadership masyado yun. So I had second year, third year, and fourth year to learn about leadership. Doon ko na-apply.
Pero anything na you ask them to do, they have to do it.
Actually, nung time na yung pagpasok ko nga, ang unang instruction sa akin ng commander ko is pagalitan sila kasi may ginawa silang mali.
Ang hirap
So,
no?
yeah, I won't go into the details of why.
Oo.
Pero ang hirap So sabi ko, paano ko kaya i-approach to? Ipapatakbuhin ko ba sila? Parang physical, physical punishment or kakausapin ko sila?
Yeah.
So I chose the route na kakausapin ko sila. And fortunately, andun yung we're blessed with that skill. Okay naman, it turned out okay. And mas nagain ko pa yung respect nila. And later on, mas naging madali sa akin mag-approach sa kanila.
Yeah.
And some of them, I just want to share, some of them have been in the field na combatants sila. So, parang alam mo yun, who's this guy to talk to me, di ba? Parang ganon.
Tama.
Pero, kaya naman.
Yeah. So, you mentioned kanina, in the academy, you were part of the publication.
Yes.
So, since you were part of the publication, was that the reason why you started itong page mo na to, na the Young Filipino Patriot?
Actually, no. Although, nakuha ko yung skill ko doon.
Yeah.
But, during the time na I was graduating, second year to graduation, that was the time when yung incident with late dormitorio happened.
I don't know that.
Ayun yung may namatay
Okay.
na cadet because of hazing.
Okay.
So, we initiated a program called PMA Hour.
Mhm.
It's like a talk show.
Yeah.
Hindi ko alam kung baka hindi pa uso yung podcasts noong 2022. I don't know. 2020. I'm not sure. Baka hindi pa uso noon. But we called it a talk show.
Mhm.
So it was a radio show, radio station, or radio program in the far 1990s yata. Renevive lang namin. But this time, live. So doon ako nagsimula.
Nakita ko yun sa totoo lang.
Yeah.
Napanood
I really-
ko yun. Yeah.
Yun.
Yun yung first start. I think napopost mo yun
Baka.
For some
I
reason,
probably shared
napapanood
it.
ko
I
siya.
probably
Oh.
shared it.
Oh.
So, doon ako nag-start. Sabi ko, may audience pala sa ganito. And then there were people who actually supported me personally as a person. Parang ganon. Other than the program, parang they appreciated what I brought into PMA Hour. I was one of the hosts kasi. So, sabi ko, why not try to do this? So, pagka-graduate ko, I just created a Spotify podcast. Ano pa nga in the way I did it pa was may mic. Just yung mga mic from Shopee pa, ganon. Tapos laptop ko na ginagamit ko for years. Tapos Audacity pa yung gamit kong
Audacity.
editing Tapos may script na ako, tapos babasahin ko lang siya.
Yeah.
And then I just told stories of PMA. How my first year went, second year, third year, fourth year. And for some reason, a lot of kids liked it. Siguro they appreciated it kasi it's the first time something like that has parang happened. Kasi not everyone knows how PMA life is.
Totoo yun.
So, that opened their eyes to it. And sabi ko, meron pala talagang people who appreciate this. So, I'll continue. So, yun nga, I made a page. Sabi ko, it's going to be my advocacy. Tapos, I created the podcast na COVID time pa yun eh. Kaya siguro ang dami kong time.
Oo, dami mo time na COVID.
Yun.
Actually, to be honest, nung high school ako, if only, gaya nga sabi ko kanina, if only you had that platform already,
Yeah.
baka napa-PMA mo ako eh. Kasi nung high school ako, hindi mo naman alam you only hear about those stories through kwento lang talaga. Like,
Mga alumni din.
Oo. Pero wala kang specific individual na nagpo-promote and who talk about yung story of being a cadet, di ba? So, galing lang siya sa kaibigan mo, sa relatives mo and all. And that's why I really appreciate yung page mo kasi talagang it really gives value to the community ng PMA.
Thank you.
Oh, so, when did you start this? This was after graduation.
Yeah, but not immediately after, mga 2022. Yeah, 2022.
Nung after pandemic na yun. Eh, no? Oo.
Parang transitioning na tayo back to normal life na.
Oo. Anong pinaka lesson na nakuha mo from that na experience of meeting mga bata? Nakaka-meet ka naman ng mga
Actually, some. I'm really happy to share that there are some. Lalo na in Lipa kasi military, kasi ang Lipa eh. Madaming mga Air Force doon.
Talaga.
So madaming din mga bata na gusto mag-military. Sometimes we would go to like parang 24 chicken pa nga yun, di ba? 24 chicken. Tapos, sir, isa po pala ako sa nagko-follow sa page mo. Sir, thank you, sir, for sharing your stories and for inspiring us. Tapos magpapapicture, ganun. So, very inspiring. Kasi, doon ko makikita na, doon ko nakikita na it's real. Na the impact is real. Kasi, syempre, pag you're just looking at the likes, the comments, you feel like it's just, okay, it's just likes and comments. Baka they're just liking it lang talaga. Pero when you actually see someone who would tell you na, thank you, you're doing this. Laki ng impact. Even if it's just one person.
Yeah.
Sobrang sarap sa feeling. And also, hindi lang kids, mothers. Particularly mothers. Hindi mothers and fathers, hindi parents eh. Mostly mothers talaga. Makikita mo may magko-comment dyan sa mga posts ko, mga mom. Kasi minsan, I attended graduation recently. And then they told me, sabi niya, sir, thank you kasi ginawa mo yung page. Nakikita namin na safe naman pala yung anak namin dyan.
Tama.
Na okay lang pala ipadala namin yung anak namin dyan. Kasi if you know nothing about PMA, mas maririnig mo lang Philippine Military Academy. Akatakot, di ba?
Talaga.
Pero when you see na may mga, this guy, parang okay naman na. Parang hindi naman nakakatakot
Yeah.
'Di ba? Parang ganun.
May page pa nga
Baka,
siya eh.
baka nga kung ikaw or nakita ni tita yon, baka siguro parang okay naman pala eh.
Actually, medyo morbid nga sa kanila. Sabi nila, wag ka na mag-PMA, baka mamatay ka agad.
Diba? Yan yung
Sabi
laging
nila,
yan yung laging
yun na
perception.
literally yun.
Yeah,
pagkasabi
even my
nila.
mom.
Mamamatay ka kaagad dyan. Sabi nila ganun. Parang mas mamamatay pa ata ako ngayon sa med eh. Ngayon ako nagka-hypertension eh.
Sobrang stress, no?
So anyway, so paano mo na-bring up yung like name, the Young Filipino Patriot?
Actually, we've been talking about it, my girlfriend and I. Sabi ko, when I made that name, I had no idea how much it would resonate with people today.
Mm-hmm.
I never realized that it would be so valuable yung paggawa ng name.
Yeah.
At that time, sabi ko, ano kaya maganda? I just want to feel patriotic. Parang gano'n. At that time, di ko pa alam yung mga chat GPT. I don't know if there's AI at that time. Parang wala pa yata eh.
Wala pa.
Sabi ko, I don't know what to name myself or yung page. Siguro, feeling ko, patriot naman ako. Pinoy naman ako. Siguro, Young Filipino Patriot. And then over time, it grew on me. Sabi ko, I'm not the Young Filipino Patriot. Everyone who subscribes to this idea is a Young Filipino Patriot.
Yeah.
So I'm not the Young Filipino Patriot. It's everyone else. It's every one of us who feels like they're young. But it's everyone, lalo na the next generation. That's my focus.
Yeah. Kasi you can easily use your name. Linagay mo lang doon, nagka-page
Typically
ka.
ganun eh.
Typically ganun. Pero nakita ko talagang you made that, medyo theme mo na siya. Like, yun na yung embodiment mo of yourself na you're a young guy who wants to serve the nation for like in the army. Pwede ding hindi in the army, di ba?
Could be. Even outside the military, di ba? You could be a Young Filipino Patriot even if you're not a soldier.
Yeah, that's true. So, nung ginagawa mo yun, dumami na yung likes mo and all, may difficulties ba in managing that page?
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. For the first 1.5 years, I was only siguro 10,000 followers. Imagine 1.5 years. And considering my niche is very unique, there is a specific niche talaga na people, wala pang ibang ganun eh. Very, very bihira. So, konti yun, considering the market or the potential market of it. So, I wanted to give up kasi military, ang daming ginagawa. I'm a junior pa. And I don't necessarily have the resources to outsource mga bagay-bagay. So, it was difficult. I'm glad when my girlfriend came into my life talaga, di ba? She was the one that encouraged me. I wanted to stop. I really said, parang ayaw ko na. It's so tiring. There was a time na parang nag-stop ako for 3 to 4 months siguro. Wala talagang post, kahit isa. Parang people were messaging, ano nangyari, ganun. I just said, I'm kind of tired. And then Jez was there. Sabi niya, you should continue. Sayang. A lot of people are looking up to it.
Baka na-burnout ka lang.
Burnout.
I think the beauty kasi sa content creation, well, I call it content creation kasi whatever you create, whatever you make, it's timeless.
Yes.
So I can just go back to this video any after 10 years from now and all. Actually, binabalikan ko yung mga videos na ginawa ko. Parang nakakatuwa pala yung mga ginagawa ko. Nagawa ko pala yun. Parang ganun. I'm sure you feel that the same way. And then, makikita mo yung mga likes nandun pa sa previous mo. Kasi yung algorithm, yung nasa previous na ginawa mo, mga ganun. So, I think yung dahil nagawa mo yung page na yun, may responsibility ka na ngayon na ituloy-tuloy siya.
Actually.
Yeah, yun na yung pressure sa'yo. Pero like honestly, I'm sure it helps a lot of kids and a lot of parents na nakikita nila talaga yun. So, good job dun sa
Thank you so much, Kuya.
So, do you think ba sa generation ngayon, are there more or are there less young people who are looking to going to the academy or like, is there a concern ba sa ganun?
Well, right now, in terms of PMA, I don't really have any concern kasi marami pa rin talaga nag-a-apply.
Okay.
And lalo na ngayon that, yun nga, merong pages like mine that show everyone what PMA is and what you get from PMA. Mas maraming nag-a-apply. So in terms of that, I don't think meron namang problem or issue with it.
Yeah, kasi in terms of stability, actually, a lot of my friends also have applied to BJMP, mga ganun. Mga din yun, di ba? Mga training.
Uniformed personnel din.
Uniformed personnel din. I think they look up at to it kasi may stability sa buhay, long-term may trabaho ka na and all. So I think yun yung benefits siguro also of being enlisted, diba? Na may sure ka ng trabaho for life. Your family will be fed for life. What began as a small pediatric clinic has now grown into a dedicated space for healing. From one doctor to a team. From serving children, parents, and even grandparents. For 25 years, we've watched families grow, and now it's time we grow with them. At Tuguegarao Child and Adult Care Clinic, our foundation is built on values that define how we care, how we lead, and how we grow. We lead with compassion, we strive with excellence, and we embrace innovation. Our vision moving forward is to become your family's one-stop healthcare partner, a clinic built around your life. These are more than words, they are who we are. At Tuguegarao Child and Adult Care Clinic.
Hi, I'm Dr. Ellen P. de Guzman.
I'm Mylene Medrano Kilang.
I'm Dr. Christine Campos S. Alona.
Dr. Iverson S. Cruz.
And I am Dr. Minerva B. Malilin, your trusted pediatrician.
Our vision is to be a trusted, family-oriented, multi-specialty clinic known for quality of service, patient-oriented care across all ages. Because your health matters at every age and every season. Tuguegarao Child and Adult Care Clinic. Healthcare that grows with you. So any other concern sa generation ngayon na you want to yung advocacy mo to address aside from?
Actually, right now, if you assess our generation, we're actually very, I don't know what the right term should be, pero we're very aware of everything that's going on, especially with social media. Diba? But the problem I can see is polarization.
What do you mean by polarization?
Because of social media, because of algorithm, when you keep seeing one side, you become so biased to it that sometimes it gets difficult for us to look the other way. Parang to weigh things out. I'm not saying everyone's like that, but there is that tendency.
Yeah.
Lalo na if you don't really give an effort to research on certain things, to educate yourself on certain things, you tend to be a victim of polarization. Kasi nga you look at something, ito pala, you agree with this, parang ganon. So you keep looking at the same things, algorithm works on that, capitalizes on what you keep watching. So yun lagi lumalabas. So that's the issue with polarization. But I'm happy because our generation is very aware of what's happening, what's going on with the world, with our country, and they know what they stand for.
Talaga.
And that's what we need.
That's what we
That's
need
really
sa
what we
future,
need.
diba? Yung mga strength pa nila na
Yeah.
to either post online or have advocacies. Di ba may mga walk something na sila and all.
Ako, Kuya Miko, I really appreciate those people who fight for what they believe.
Yeah.
Because that's what we need eh. There is a perception that pag military, we don't like yung mga people who speak out their voices or mga nag-rally, ganyan. But for me, as long as it's peaceful, as long as it's not anything that's related to arms, walang anything, violent, we should have that.
Yeah.
Because that's what brings that's what keeps us people. That's what makes us people.
Yeah.
Walang perfect system eh. So we need people to voice out what's wrong para we keep improving.
I think that's mainly how Ateneo has trained us. Diba?
Yeah.
Na they're giving us a lot of cases or whatever, a lot of events na you analyze it.
Yep.
And then you make your own ethical decision.
Yep.
I don't know if you had philosophy na, pero ganun sa philosophy. Meron ka ng informed decision based on what you believe in and ethical principles mo and all. And apart from that, sabi nga nila sa philosophy namin na course, it's always a discourse.
Yep.
So it's always making the community communicate and talk about mga problems in whatever problems in government and all.
Yung kuya, a debate is not about winning.
Yeah.
It's not about winning one side. It's about creating a better argument for the greater good.
Yeah.
That's what a debate is. There's a common misconception kasi na dapat manalo ako sa debate. No, it's about creating a better solution for both sides.
Kaya nga nagbibigay kayo ng both contradicting sides kasi you're trying to build yung best solution. So that's really nice. So I think we've tackled a lot na sa life mo and all. Do you have any message to aspiring young Filipino patriots na who look up to you as the page hander?
Well, if I just have a message, maybe it's encouraging patriotism. There is this notion with patriotism. It's parang ang lagi nilang sinasabi, if you're patriotic, you have to love our country unconditionally, mga ganong kinds of
Die for the country.
Die for the country. It's understandable. There are people who actually have that. But it's also okay to sometimes just feel not okay about what's happening. Parang maging sad ka, or sometimes you're even angry about what's happening, or sometimes you even hate your country. But in the end of the day, for me, what patriotism is on our own small way, we try to make that little difference in our lives or in the lives of the people around us. Kasi the people around us are Filipinos, di ba? Kumbaga, ito yung mga nasa paligid natin. If you can do something to help out, for example, yung small thing na parang magtapon ka ng basura dyan kasi you see no one's throwing it. If you throw it, if you take your time to actually throw that, that's patriotism already, because you're doing something for the greater good for your country. It doesn't have to be always big. It doesn't always have to be so impactful, because if we keep pressuring ourselves to create an impact right away or to create that big impact, it's difficult. Sometimes there are just people who are in the right time, right position, and right privilege to be able to do those things. And since maybe we might not be in that kind of position, time, opportunity to be in that position to create an impact, let's create an impact in whatever position we're in. So for me, for example, ako, what I did was to create a page, try to help out kids. I don't even know if it has an impact, but maybe it does. Maybe it's creating, that sense of parang encouragement to the child. Makita niya na one day I want to be like Kuya Hernan. Diba? And then that person would be the one to be the president of our country that will change everything.
You never know.
Diba? You never know. That's already patriotism. That's already creating that small difference in another person's life. So if I'm going to shorten that message, let's create our own differences. Parang pangit pakinggan, no? But let's create a difference in our own way. No matter how small, regardless kung feeling mo walang impact, if you're doing it because of the intention of creating a better tomorrow for the next generation, I think that's enough. And one day, when you get to that position na you can create a bigger impact, then do so. Pero wherever you are, whatever your industry you're in, kung civilian ka man, soldier ka man, doctors, nurses, even whatever work, regardless, I don't even look at kung anong position mo in life.
Yeah.
But it's nasa iyo kung anong gagawin mo in your actions.
Damn. Solid yan. Sobrang solid nun. Sobrang defined ng purpose mo. As kabata mong yan. Like, you're like 26, right?
27 na. Just turned 27.
Sobrang solid ng values and ng purpose mo. I think that's very important na tandaan every single day. Life's hard. As in, sobrang hirap. And you have to really grasp kung anong purpose mo di ba?
Yeah.
Like, ako, same with what you said na I just try to make a difference every day. I see 100 patients on OPD days, on Thursdays, 100 sa ER. I don't know kung may nagagawa kong difference, pero in that one person's life, makikita mo sila sa daan, magdo-doc sila Doc, thank you napagaling mo ako. Tapos makikita mo yung medyo pilay-pilay pa sila and all, pero like na-appreciate nila yung help mo. So so I think ganun dapat yung mindset mo. Like every single day, it's hard, pero you just show up and just give your 100%, be nice. It's free to be nice, di ba? So, and teach the younger generation, di ba? So, are there any projects, are there any events that you will be having soon? Na
Well, right now, what we're just doing is we conduct weekly online reviews for aspiring cadets, those who want to be in the military service. Not everyone is privileged to have access to review centers. So in our own small way, kahit online, we conduct it para malay natin they get something out of it. And then we also give out mock exams para at least ma-test out nila yung sarili nilang mga pag-aaral. Pero generally that's it. And hopefully in the future, we could grow bigger. Pero ano na lang yan, it will come.
yeah, so can you invite your followers kung saan kanila ma-message, ma-follow or whatever, or do you have any other accounts pa or what?
Yeah, so for anyone who's watching this, you can follow us on the Young Filipino Patriot. So you're gonna see a logo na kulay blue. And then you can just access it. You're gonna see everything na related sa PMA, military, and we have messenger channels and groups where you can join para you can talk to us directly.
Yeah. So thank you
Yeah, thank
for
you, Kuya
coming
Miko.
to my podcast. Sana marami tayong maabot ng mga Filipinos or any young student there watching, no? Sana ma-inspire natin sila na galingan kung saan mang avenue sila pupunta.
Yeah, thank you also, Kuya Miko, because sabi mo nga, kami, we're inspiring them. Kami, you're inspiring me. Kaya thank you for really having me. I really appreciate it. And I'm happy to be here talaga.
Thank you.